What's good, B1 family? It's your boy Big Big. Welcome back to my Black Universe. Oh yeah, we going hard. We going hard in the mother loving paint. Bow, bow, waka, 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 flocka, flick. I ain't got no locks. I ain't got no, never mind. But we're gonna start out strong this morning.
I used to think that.
Exactly. That's what we're doing. Off rip. What the Forex used to say? Off the back. You gotta get all your fades in off the back. Now, I don't like when people harp on one person. They try to make them seem like they're doing something nefarious and other people doing the same thing. And you don't call it out across the board. When I first got on the Boxing Eagles channel, there was something he was doing. And then when he got on Clarissa, it just seemed like there was an ongoing thing. I was like, okay, now I see firsthand what they do with FBA women when they get a chance. The true feelings come out because it's just constant badgering on our women. It's constant badgering on our women. Now, I critique, but then I also compliment. I critique, but I also compliment. There's a couple videos on me. I had some sponsors on there. I'm kind of trouble. You know what I'm posting the video. You know what I'm saying? But I can do both. It's a balance. It's just not, look what she's doing this, look what she's doing that. And Clarissa, boy, they must want to smash, and they mad because they can't. Because everything she's doing, man, I went to this one dude, Big King Sot, or I know he's a tether for sure. But he's been on her bumper, on her butt for the longest. Like almost every video he has is about Clarissa, literally. And we're going to go into that. But this is what he had to say about her last fight. Now, it's a 5-minute rant. We won't need the whole 5 minutes. We're just going to hit the highlights and debunk this fool or call him out for not being consistent across the board with his nonsense.
And I want y'all to take a look at this. Even the sports commentator during the fight said that normally gloves do not cause that type of knot on someone's head. It's usually from getting hit by an elbow or something sharp is in there. Listen.
K. Scott just getting bigger and bigger. They were working on it in the corner after that last round, but that is going to be a real problem.
Yeah, usually bumps like that don't come from punches. They're usually by elbows or something sharp that hit her there, because normally a glove doesn't do that.
So now
horsehair gloves. There's gloves with horsehair in it that are illegal. They're legal. They're very much legal. And when you punch with them, the horsehair kind of displaces itself. I know people with sharp bones, like they bones are real pointy. Clarissa been boxing for a long time. You don't think that middle knuckle's more pronounced than anything else? You don't think the index knuckle's more pronounced than anything else? She could have wore horsehair gloves. I didn't check that much into it. But since you want to call it out and say, oh, something sharp. This cat's getting street fights all the time with somebody. And them skinny dudes with them really bony knuckles ain't got no fat tissue around their hand. They knock cats up. And she dropped down in weight. She came from heavyweight to middleweight. 15-pound difference.
that's from a professional sports analyst that's been doing this for years. He said he's never seen gloves cause that type of knot. Come on, gang. And then the same fight, you don't take your fucking gloves off? We never once said that Clarissa cheated. All we said was, why did she keep her gloves on?
Did you ask the same question to Moses Atama, who been whooping everybody's ass? Because there's only one fight I've seen him with his gloves off. One. Every fight afterward, I have not seen this man with his gloves off post-victory. I noticed that. That's the first thing I noticed. You say anything about that? Because I commented on the videos I watch, because I do watch boxing. I do like to box. You know, I do use gloves. Bought them brand new. Satin Bulls. My Hayabusas. You see that? This is so you wipe the sweat off your head while you're training. And these came with the little fit bin thing. Haven't used these yet because the kids don't be boxing, and they ain't coordinated yet. I immediately noticed that But Moses Atama, you ain't called that out because I went to his page. And notice you ain't said nothing about Hamza Shiraz, too, who was accused of cheating when he fought Edgar Berlanga. In fact, people suspect he was cheating when he fought, not Kid Austin, what's the brother's name? Ammo Williams, when he fought Ammo Williams. Because he never took that left wrap off. They cut off the right one, but they didn't cut off the left one. In fact, I'm noticing boxing more, they're doing less and less of the proper procedure or policy of taking the gloves off and cutting the wraps off. Cutting the wraps off. And inspecting the wraps, which is what they're supposed to do. But I went on your page and didn't see none of that.
And on top of that, I want y'all to take a look at this video. One of my fans pointed out, you can see a strange indentation inside the gloves. I don't know, is it just me? Y'all take a look at this video right here. Her whole attitude, everything was sus as a motherfucker. I never seen, look, just look at the video.
Not just a top woman, but probably the biggest star in boxing.
Who's the one? Right here.
Thirsty.
You guys. I don't know my gloves on. Look. Come on. Okay. Anyway.
All right, and I've never seen anybody, as long as I've been watching boxing, keep their gloves on for that long. And I thought the commission was supposed to check the gloves after each fight. Have y'all ever seen that documentary?
That's because you don't pay attention to anybody else. Like I've stated, you can go and do your fact check and go watch this man fight. Moses Thomas is a very skilled fighter. I cannot take that away from him. But there's only one fight, because I went back looking. I did the research. I was like, man, this motherfucker ever take his gloves off? In fact, that is the commissioner's job. That's the commissioner's job. Mind you, Clarissa fought a 42-year-old woman who only had like, hold on, I don't even want to speculate. Let's see how many fights Kay Scott had when she fought Clarissa Shields. So total fights is 8, which is the loss to Clarissa Shields. So she had 7 fights, severely inexperienced. That is part of the reason why these women become champions fast, because there's not a big pull for women who want to get punched in the face. Period. Let alone by the women. But get punched in the face. So yeah, that's not Clarissa's fault. And just in case you want to say, oh, well, it's not her, that's not this. How we know it's not a different Kay Scott? Same Kay Scott. 42 years old, born June 2nd, 1984. Me and her the same age. She got in there with a younger, more skilled Clarissa Shields and got bodied. And like I said, Buddy has been hanging off Clarissa's draws for the longest. Yeah, you can see, look at the forehead, he a tether. All that jewelry, the way he's dressed, that's real cosplayish because it's real gaudy, real tacky. And so I went down the line. If you know something, the dates are going to be in the bottom, as you watch this video, the bottom left corner of the videos. When I'm gonna look at another video because I'm gonna keep scrolling. And it's gonna say 7/12. And then after I stopped screen recording and it kept scrolling, I was like, dang, you still got Black American women, particularly Clarissa Shields on here. But look, I guess she turned him down one day. He felt like, I got all this mess on me. You know what I'm saying? I got this aluminum foil in my mouth. I know she gonna give me the time of day. And she did. Bruh, you gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. Get off that woman's jock. Oh, and they watching her pockets. They watching her pockets. Same thing they did with Earl. Robert Garcia, who's mad that Earl beat his brother, Mikey Garcia, beat his brother's butt, was like, oh, this last fight, he's taking these last fight because he needs the money. It's a money grab. It's a money. No. Earl fought the last fight because his fight against James Crawford looked so bad compared to what we've seen. Nobody, including himself, believe like, yo, he must have had a seriously off night. Unfortunately, that accident, coupled with the drinking, caught up to him, and it severely diminished his boxing skills on the elite level. But they was watching his pockets too. And yeah, I Googled, and I didn't see him attached to Hamza Shiraz. Because this fight against Edgar Berlanga, they cut off the right one, but they didn't cut off the left one? Or they just couldn't cut it off with conventional means. So if we're going to call a spade, We need to do it across the board. Don't see one spade, then you don't see the other ones, be like, oh. Don't do that. Now, I didn't really care for this. However, it's popping everywhere, and we got to address it from an FBA standpoint. I'm going to fast forward a lot of this footage, so it's going to be 1.5, 2 times speed, just so we can kind of get through it and end the video. Because there's a lesson to be learned in this.
True. Dalton and I are getting a divorce. We're no longer together. Everything really started to happen in February, but I had to make the ultimate, hardest decision in my life and left him in July. And yes, Dalton filed first, but just remember, there's 3 sides to every story, and you've only heard one. So apparently, a stranger on the internet saw me at a hotel with a man. That man is my security guard, who Dalton hired, aka Big Red. But since nobody bothered to ask me what the truth was, the truth is, my security guard was helping me bring my luggage into my hotel in public. And now all of a sudden, there's allegations of cheating, partying.
Sako just posted to her TikTok, and she's confirmed they are getting a divorce. One of the things that I paid attention to that she said was at the end of the video, she stated this incompetent South African immigrant girl who can't speak English is leaving and never looking back. That was her words. And I feel like that's something that Dalton constantly reiterated to her. He constantly made it a point to her to remind her that she was black.
Whoa. No. He reminded her she was South African, not black. We're not doing that. That's the first thing.
Incompetent. She was an immigrant.
But remember, South Africa is where they had apartheid. Apartheid, South Africa. That's a term as you put that together. So, the same South Africa that birthed Trevor Noah, remember? White dad, South African mom. And he said he remember growing up seeing his mom having to walk behind his dad because they couldn't walk side by side. That was taboo.
And she can barely speak English, which is not true. As she stated in her video, her bodyguard, Big Red, is just that, a bodyguard. And that's why I felt that the initial video that he put out, Big Red, or Mike, was very passionate about it. And not to mention, she stated all of this transpired in February. What happened in February? So on February 14th, this was them on Valentine's Day. And then the next day is when Dalton went to jail for domestic violence. So that clocks its teeth, that clocks itself, which, you know, kind of ties in and gives us some of the picture in terms of, because everybody was saying that, oh no, I heard she was hitting on him and da-da-da-da. No, it sounds like it was the other way around. It sounds like that situation was between him and her, and he went to jail for it.
Doesn't mean she wasn't hitting on him. I'm first-hand witness to seeing a man who was getting hit on. And then when he finally hit back, now all of a sudden, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So we weren't there.
And as I said in my other video, Dalton got on here to try to spin the narrative. He got on here to try to control the narrative, try to spin the narrative, because that's what narcissists do. And now that she's gotten on here and spoke, I have no doubt this man is going to come out with more and more videos trying to antagonize her, trying to intimidate her, because that's what narcissists do. Trying to get her to respond to his tactics and his antics just so he can have control over her. She's done with it. She's done with the control. She's done with the manipulation. And I'm so glad. I don't know, what the details and the context of the relationship are, but it sounds like it was tumultuous. It sounds like she was living in some sort of hell. It sounds like he was holding the money and everything over her head.
She chose him. She chose him. They was doing the videos. I remember, because I would see it at random, where he was talking about how, when we were having fun in the truck, the seats laid down, and how much fucking they was doing. All the fucking they was doing, everywhere. In the truck, in the car, around. She was giving it all the way up. We just want to know about the video because he talked about how, okay, I traded, and I don't mind trading. I'm missing all those times, but I don't mind trading in because I got a son now. I got a child now. She chose him. Her choice, her body, her choice. She chose this man. You so gung-ho to get up under a white man, quite literally, that you ignored all the shit he was saying to have his baby. And then all of a sudden, now it's too late. Okay, now it's too much. Okay, all right.
And using the fact that she was an immigrant against her. And like Big Red said, everything that happened behind closed doors, he is now there to protect her. He has her back. Her family has her back. And I pray that she stands on business.
And I'm going to say this, Big Red, quote, has her back and all this stuff. He's just bodyguard. Big Red wants to be with her. You don't think he don't want to ride that big booty South African? That big breasted South African? You don't think he didn't hear all the stories? They had OnlyFans at one time. They had, adult content. I'm not going to say OnlyFans. That adult content is out there at one point in time. You don't think he was watching that? This dude sitting, he's waiting in the wings. Yeah, he's the bodyguard, but he's bodyguard who got eyes. Anyway. We're going to end this on a good note.
Them balls right now, something new by Snoop Doggy Dogg. Oh my God.
I love it. All that space around. And of course, he wants to walk right through where the brother is doing his thing. Because he thinks he's supposed to have carte blanche. These legals got to go. They got to go. FBA all day and be one.